Okay. Can I ask y'all's opinion on something? Basically, the context of what I'm talking about is I'm about to put cotton batting into this is in the video. I'm about to put cotton batting into the pigtail back, and I say that I'm doing it because I've seen lots of other wig stylists put cotton batting in the back of their pigtail wigs, and then I stop myself and I say, well, I think that's what it is. I think it's cotton batting. I don't know, because wig stylists never explain, like, their techniques. And I am specifically talking about the experience of you see, like, a random reel on Instagram, and it's like a wig being made, and the wig looks amazing, and it sort of just, like, blazes through it really fast because it's short form content. Really what I hate is short form content. But it blazes past it, does not say what the white stuff in the back of the wig is, doesn't explain, you know, anything. Doesn't explain it. And so I'm left thinking, oh, that looks like cotton batting, but I don't actually know. And Joe said, he was basically saying it was coming across as too broad, as if what I said was nobody else ever shares their wig styling stuff, when obviously that's not true. Plenty of people do share how they do wigs. But Joe said that it's coming across that way and that I should just cut it out, which I can just cut it out. But what do y'all think? Should I continue to complain about people not explaining how they do their damn wigs? Because for me, what I'm complaining about is that experience of seeing an Instagram reel, seeing a really cool wig, and not having any explanation of what the fuck is happening. Which again, I just hate, because that's you know, that's how short form content is. White Rabbit says the gatekeeping struggle is real. Yeah, like, there are obviously people, Kimpatsu, great example. She gave everybody that trick that she uses for her ponytail wigs with the Warbler X. And a lot of what I have done, like with my, is based off that baseline that she gave everyone. And without that, if you don't know what I'm talking about, when Kimpatsu does her ponytail wigs, and she shared this years ago, she gets like a bolt, and then she makes like a Warbler X, sticks the bolt through the Warbler X, shapes the Warbler over her head, so she just has a shaped piece of Warbler holding a bolt in there to hold up her ponytail. And for bigger ones, she uses like PVC pipe. I used the Warbler X specifically for several like smaller pigtails years and years ago. Like my Ranko pigtails, they have the Warbler X thing. It just makes it a lot more comfortable. And the other thing it really, really helps with is it makes the pigtail actually stick away from your head instead of immediately falling down. And it's so much more comfortable than a pigtail clip, and it stays on your head really well. And she gave us that. And that's invaluable. And it's such a simple solution to a problem. And there's lots of like that in wig making, where it's a simple solution. But there's lots of people who are very talented wig stylists who, you know, they're just not sharing what they're doing. And like, you're not obligated to tell everybody what you're doing. Like, no one's obligated to share. But the impact, like, across the community of actually sharing what the f you do is huge. When I was working on my rose quartz, so this would have been 2015, I was looking up wig tutorials, and there was absolutely nothing for a wig like that. But me, having been a fan of drag since RuPaul's Drag Race Season 3, which came out in 2012. I was looking up drag tutorials. So I was able to find stuff that helped me make that wig look okay. Like the way I did it, my first rose quartz wig, it was literally just a wig, and then I had like a stuffed bump. Like, oh no, that wasn't the way I did this. Listen, so I bought a cheap pigtail wig. Okay? I put the cheap pigtail wig on. Like, it was like a wig and then it had 2 pigtails. What I would do is I would put that wig on. I would put the pigtails on top of that wig like this. And then I had also bought an Arta wig, an Arta Claudia. And I would put the Arta Claudia on top of that wig, pin the shit out of it right here, so then it would go over those pigtails and fall in the back. And it looked pretty good. It didn't look great because the wigs were definitely 2 different colors, but my face and this, like the bump, we had the bump. It was different every time I wore it, but I had my little bump. I had a pretty decent rose quartz wig from just learning that from drag tutorials that, hey, you can just wear 2 wigs and then put something under your wig and make it look like a bump. When I was learning wigs, it was all text tutorials going step by step, so I can't speak on reels. But without the context, I would be a little confused. I wouldn't get mad though. Short form content just makes me mad. With most videos on Insta and TikTok, you gotta assume and imagine what techniques and stuff they used. Yeah, unless they're like in their comments with an entire written tutorial, then all the video is doing is showing off. Like, showing off is fine, but it doesn't help anybody. No, it's frustrating. The first time I saw the quilt batting on wigs, I had to deep dive to confirm what it was. Yeah, it's like that time I saw the hanger wire in a wig. And I mentioned that in that video, that I saw that in a reel and they did not say what the f that was. And I had to do a deep dive. If you're trying, like, I know these people are not, that's the biggest point, is these people are not trying to make tutorials. They are just trying to make content that will, like, get views on Instagram, which is fine. It's totally fine. But if I have to Google 7 things to figure out what a thing in your video is, it's not a good video. And we'll all be fair and understand that a lot of the gatekeeping is unintentional gatekeeping, right? Like, I don't think that girl with the hanger wire was trying to gatekeep hanger wire, but by showing it and not explaining it, it was unintentionally gatekept for me. I will also say, if people, like, make tutorials and stuff and then paywall them on, like, Patreon, I think that's totally fine. A lot of this is me critiquing the content that doesn't even attempt to explain it, you know? Some of this is less people are gatekeeping and more, why can't y'all's goal for content be to help people? Thanks for watching this year-old Patreon stream re-upload. If you want to see the Patreon streams actually live or in full, then you can check out my Patreon because you can get access for just $1 a month. And a big thank you to Mel, or Pocket Leaves, who's editing these streams down for me so I can focus on my main channel videos. You can check out Mel's work on either their channel Pocket Leaves or Pocket Cons, and sometimes you'll even see me in their con vlogs. It's a special occurrence when it happens. But as always, if you're just watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, then you're supporting this channel too. So thank you. Bye!